Why does one person reach 70 strong, sharp, and independent, while another seems to age 10 years faster? One still walks with confidence, still travels, still enjoys life. The other is already struggling with fatigue, more medications, more doctor visits, and a body that suddenly feels older than it should. The strange part is that it doesn't always happen for the reasons people think. They may eat similar foods, sleep similar hours, live similar lifestyles, and yet one stays active, while the other begins to slow down much sooner. Most people assume that's just bad luck or genetics. But what if that's only part of the story? What if some people aren't simply getting older, they're aging faster? Scientists now know that aging doesn't happen at the same speed for everyone. In fact, certain hidden biological factors may influence which systems in your body begin to decline first. Your heart, your brain, your muscles, even your immune system. And here's the surprising part. Many older adults spend years focusing on the visible signs of aging, while completely missing the hidden factors that may be accelerating it behind the scenes. Today, I'm going to show you some of the most important biological clues researchers are studying to better understand why some people seem to age faster than others after 60. Because once you understand what may be happening beneath the surface, you stop guessing, and you start protecting the systems that matter most. And one of those hidden clues may surprise you. Let's begin. Most people think aging is easy to explain. They believe it comes down to a simple checklist: eat better, exercise more, sleep longer, manage stress. And while those habits absolutely matter, they don't tell the whole story. Because if healthy aging were only about diet and exercise, something wouldn't make sense. Why do some people seem to do everything right and still struggle with fatigue, mobility problems, memory issues, or chronic disease much earlier than expected, while others remain active, independent, and mentally sharp well into their 70s and beyond? Scientists studying aging have uncovered something surprising. Two people can be the exact same age, yet one person's body may be aging much faster beneath the surface. This is where researchers make an important distinction. Chronological age is the number of years you've been alive, but biological age is how old your body actually functions. And those two numbers are not always the same. That's why one 70-year-old may still travel, stay active, and enjoy excellent health, while another is already slowing down. More fatigue, less strength, more medications, less freedom to do the things they love. The difference often comes down to which systems begin aging first: your heart, your brain, your muscles, your immune system, your metabolism. For some people, those systems remain resilient for decades. For others, subtle damage begins building much earlier. And that's what makes aging so deceptive. The first signs rarely arrive all at once. They appear gradually. A little less energy, a little more recovery time, a little less strength, a little more difficulty doing things that once felt effortless. Most people dismiss those changes as normal, but researchers now believe they may actually be clues, signals revealing which systems are aging faster than the rest of the body. And once you understand those clues, you stop seeing aging as something random. You begin to see patterns. And those patterns may help explain why some people stay strong, sharp, and independent for decades longer than others. So before we look at the hidden factors researchers are studying, we first need to understand what may be accelerating biological aging in the first place. So, what actually causes biological age to increase? Why does one person's body seem to stay resilient for decades, while another begins to decline much sooner? Researchers believe the answer often starts with something most people never see happening: silent damage. Not the kind that sends you to the hospital. Not the kind that suddenly changes your life overnight. The kind that builds slowly, year after year, long before symptoms ever appear. Think about your heart. Most people don't wake up one morning with severe heart disease. The process often begins decades earlier. Small changes in blood vessels, gradually increasing inflammation, tiny amounts of damage accumulating over time. The same thing happens in the brain, in the muscles, even in the immune system. And that's one of the biggest misconceptions about aging. Many people assume aging begins when symptoms appear. Researchers now believe aging often begins long before that, when systems inside the body slowly become less efficient, a little less circulation, a little more inflammation, a little slower recovery, a little less resilience to physical and emotional stress. Individually, these changes may seem insignificant, but over time, they compound, and eventually they become visible. Less energy, less strength, less independence. This is why two people of the same age can look completely different from a biological perspective. One person's critical systems may still be functioning efficiently, while another person's body has been accumulating silent damage for years. But here's where things become even more interesting. Researchers have discovered that people do not all respond to aging in exactly the same way. Some seem more vulnerable to inflammation, others to cardiovascular disease, others to cognitive decline. And scientists are still trying to understand why. Part of the answer may involve genetics, part may involve environment, and part may involve biological factors that have been with you since the day you were born, whether you knew they mattered or not. Because the truth is that some people appear to carry different vulnerabilities from the very beginning, different strengths, different weaknesses, different systems that may be more likely to wear down first. And one of the most intriguing biological clues researchers have been studying for decades is something most people only think about when donating blood: their blood type. And that brings us to one of the most surprising discoveries in modern aging research. One of the strongest drivers of accelerated aging isn't something you can see in the mirror. It's something happening silently inside your body every single day: chronic inflammation. Now, inflammation itself is not the enemy. In fact, it's one of the body's most important defense mechanisms. When you cut your finger, catch a virus, or suffer an injury, inflammation helps your body heal and recover. The problem begins when that response never fully switches off. Researchers sometimes call this chronic low-grade inflammation, a slow-burning process that can continue silently for years. Most people never feel it happening. They don't wake up one morning and suddenly notice it, because that's not how it works. Instead, it accumulates gradually, year after year, long before symptoms ever appear. Think of it like a small fire burning inside a house, not a fire large enough to destroy the house overnight, but one that slowly weakens the structure over time. That's how many scientists now view chronic inflammation and aging: small amounts of damage accumulating day after day. Research has linked chronic inflammation to some of the most common problems associated with aging: cardiovascular disease, frailty, cognitive decline, loss of muscle strength, reduced mobility. In other words, many of the very things people fear most about getting older. And here's what makes this so important. Many people assume these problems appear suddenly, but researchers now believe the process often begins years, even decades, before symptoms become obvious. Which means two people of the same age may be living very different biological realities. One person's body may still be repairing and recovering efficiently, while another person's body is quietly dealing with chronic inflammation every single day. And over time, that difference can become enormous. Less energy, slower recovery, reduced strength, greater vulnerability to disease, and a body that begins to feel older than it should. But inflammation is only one piece of the puzzle, because even if inflammation remains under control, your body still depends on something else to stay resilient: the ability to deliver oxygen and nutrients to every organ, tissue, and cell that keeps you alive. And that's where the cardiovascular system enters the story. Inflammation may be one of the most important drivers of accelerated aging, but it isn't the only one. Because even if inflammation remains under control, your body still depends on something else to keep every system functioning properly. Circulation. Think about it this way. Every organ in your body depends on a constant supply of oxygen and nutrients. Your brain, your muscles, your heart, your immune system. None of them can function properly without an efficient delivery system. And that's exactly what your cardiovascular system provides. When we're young, this system is remarkably efficient. Blood vessels remain flexible, blood flows easily, oxygen and nutrients reach tissues quickly and efficiently. But as we age, things can begin to change. Blood vessels may gradually become less flexible. Circulation may become less efficient, and the heart may need to work harder to accomplish the same task. Most people never notice these changes in the beginning because they happen slowly, over years, sometimes decades. But eventually the effects may start appearing. You tire more easily, recovery takes longer, physical activity feels more demanding. Mental sharpness may not feel quite the same, and many people simply assume that's what getting older is supposed to feel like. But once again, the symptoms often appear long after the process has already begun. Researchers now believe cardiovascular aging may play a major role in determining biological age, because when circulation becomes less efficient, every system that depends on that circulation is affected. The brain receives less support. Muscles recover more slowly. The body's ability to repair itself becomes less efficient. It's like a city whose transportation network slowly begins to break down. The stores are still there. The workers are still there. The supplies still exist. But getting everything where it needs to go becomes increasingly difficult. And over time, the entire city becomes less efficient. That's very similar to what can happen inside the body, which helps explain why some people appear to maintain their vitality for decades, while others seem to age much more quickly. But circulation is still only part of the story, because even a well-supplied body depends on something else to remain resilient. The ability to adapt, recover, and repair itself after stress. And that's where the next major factor enters the picture. Researchers now believe resilience may be one of the hidden factors separating people who remain strong and independent into their later years from those who experience accelerated decline. Because aging isn't just about the damage your body accumulates, it's also about how effectively your body repairs that damage. Every day, your body is repairing cells, recovering from stress, responding to inflammation, and adapting to the challenges of everyday life. When those repair systems work efficiently, the effects of aging may appear more slowly. But when recovery becomes less effective, small problems can begin accumulating faster than the body can repair them. And over time, the difference can become significant. The result isn't always obvious at first, but eventually it may appear as slower recovery, less energy, reduced physical capacity, and greater difficulty maintaining independence. Many people assume these changes are simply part of getting older. But researchers now believe they may also be signs that the body's resilience is beginning to decline, because the less resilient the body becomes, the harder it is to keep up with the demands of everyday life. But there is one more system that may reveal accelerated aging more clearly than almost any other. One that determines whether you can continue walking confidently, climbing stairs, carrying groceries, and living independently. Your muscles. Muscle strength is now considered one of the most powerful indicators of healthy aging, not just because muscles help you move, but because they reflect how well multiple systems throughout the body are functioning together. And that's where the next part of the story begins. Muscle strength is now considered one of the most powerful indicators of healthy aging, and for good reason. Your muscles do far more than help you move. They help regulate blood sugar, support balance and coordination, protect your joints, and allow you to remain independent as you age. In fact, researchers have found that muscle strength often predicts future health more accurately than many people realize, because maintaining muscle requires multiple systems to work together: healthy circulation, efficient recovery, adequate nutrition, proper nervous system function, and enough resilience to repair damage over time. When those systems remain strong, muscle strength tends to remain strong as well. But when those systems begin to decline, muscle loss often follows. And that's one reason muscle weakness is frequently viewed as more than just a physical problem. It can be a signal, a clue that other systems inside the body may also be aging. Think about two people of the same age. One still walks long distances, climbs stairs without difficulty, stays active throughout the day. The other begins avoiding physical activity, loses confidence in their balance, and notices everyday tasks becoming more challenging. The difference isn't always visible in a blood test, but it often reflects what's happening beneath the surface. Researchers now believe that preserving muscle strength may be one of the most effective ways to preserve independence, mobility, and quality of life as we age. Because when muscle strength disappears, many other things begin disappearing with it: freedom, confidence, mobility, independence. And that's why muscle strength may reveal biological aging more clearly than almost any other measure. But here's the good news. Understanding these hidden drivers of aging gives us something many people believe they no longer have after 60: influence. Because while we cannot stop aging, we can influence how well many of these systems continue to function. Because the question is no longer why some people age faster. The question is what you can do about it. And that's where the most important part of this story begins. By now, one thing should be clear. Aging is not controlled by a single system. It's influenced by many systems working together: inflammation, circulation, recovery, muscle strength, and the way those systems respond to the challenges of everyday life. That's why healthy aging is rarely the result of one secret food, one supplement, or one perfect habit. Instead, it comes from consistently supporting the systems that keep your body resilient. Think about it this way. Every day, your body is constantly repairing itself, replacing damaged cells, recovering from stress, adapting to the demands of daily life. The question is whether those repair systems can keep up. Because when repair outpaces damage, the body tends to remain stronger, healthier, and more resilient. But when damage begins accumulating faster than repair, biological aging often accelerates. The challenge is that most people never notice this shift happening until the consequences become impossible to ignore. And that's why the small choices you make every day matter so much. Regular physical activity, strength training, quality sleep, nutritious food, social connection, stress management. Not because any one of these habits can stop aging, but because together they help support the systems that determine how well you age. And perhaps most importantly, they help preserve something many people fear losing more than anything else: independence. The ability to continue doing the things you love, making your own decisions, living life on your own terms. Because healthy aging isn't really about adding more years to life. It's about adding more life to those years. And the choices you make today help shape the body you'll be living in tomorrow. Which brings us to the most important takeaway of all. So why do some people seem to age faster than others? As we've seen today, the answer is rarely a single thing. It's not one food, one supplement, one habit, or one number on a medical chart. It's the result of many systems working together over time: inflammation, circulation, recovery, muscle strength, and the body's ability to repair itself year after year. When those systems remain resilient, people often stay active, independent, and engage with life much longer. When they begin to decline, aging can appear to accelerate. But perhaps the most important lesson is this: aging is not something that happens all at once. It's a process that unfolds one day at a time, one decision at a time, one habit at a time. And while none of us can stop the passage of time, we can influence how well our bodies respond to it. That's why healthy aging isn't about chasing perfection. It's about consistently supporting the systems that support you. Because the goal isn't simply to live longer. The goal is to stay strong enough to enjoy the years ahead, to keep moving, to keep exploring, to keep doing the things that make life meaningful, and perhaps, most importantly, to maintain the independence that allows you to live life on your own terms. The choices you make today may not change how old you are, but they can influence how well your body serves you in the years ahead, how well you move, how well you recover, how long you remain active, independent, and able to enjoy the people and experiences that matter most. And that's a powerful reason to start taking care of it now. So I'd love to hear from you. What's one habit you believe has helped you stay healthy, active, or independent as you've gotten older? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to subscribe to The Aging Code. Every week, we share practical, science-based strategies to help you stay strong, sharp, and independent after 60. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.